Dol, Laikipia North.
To education matters, there is need to collapse the three main funding agencies for tertiary education in the country in order to enhance efficiency, remove duplicity and wastage. The proposal is contained in recommendations by the Presidential Working Party on education reforms, which wants the government to fold the Higher Education Loans Board, Universities Funds Board and TVET Funding Board into one merged funding entity to be called Tertiary Education Placement and Funding Board. Shadrach Beatty with that report.
Kenya's tertiary education is financed by government through Higher Education Loans Board, Universities Funds Board and Technical and Vocational Education Fund. The three state funding agencies are entrenched in three different pieces of legislation comprising of the Universities Act No. 42 of 2012, which led to the creation of the Universities Funds Board, HELB and COOPS, TVET Act No. 29 of 2013, which established TVET Fund and HELB Act Cap 213A. There has been a growing concern that the existence of three funding agencies has led to duplication and inefficiencies. Accordingly, the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms has recommended for the merging of the three agencies into one funding body to be named Tertiary Education Placement and Funding Board. Under the arrangement, the existing agencies will transform into directorates. It therefore means that the chief executive officers of the existing funding agencies will subsequently become directors of the various entities operating under the ambit of the proposed board. The Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms argues that collapsing the three agencies into one entity will create a strong agency to ensure coherence between funding and placement of students. In the draft report, the Munavu-led group argues that while globally the TVET subsector is regulated by a central body, in Kenya, several bodies in various ministries, departments and agencies created by Acts of Parliament regulate TVET, which leads to multiplicity of standards and qualifications, as well as overlapping the mandate, making it difficult to regulate the quality of training. On governance of universities, the draft report says the process is marked with several overlaps, contradictions and ambiguities, making it difficult to effectively implement the Universities Act. The contemplated merger is expected to enhance accountability, harmonize operations of the existing funding agencies, and enable them deliver their mandate as one entity. And if adopted, the TVET subsector stands to gain a lot, especially after it emerged that the TVET funding board has never been operationalized. Other great beneficiaries in the proposed merger will be diploma students admitted to universities who can't be funded because of the confusion over who is responsible. The draft report says the inclusion of COOPS in the same legislative framework as the merged entities will ensure greater coherence. Shadrach Beatty, KTN News.
Now, private schools have been warned against failure to equip